Last night, Republicans won. And then I wake up in the morning and all the conservatives are angry. They're saying that this was an unlosable election and we did so poorly. And I'm seeing all these leftist personalities cheering and screaming like, oh, no red wave. And I'm just like, I don't understand. The Republicans won. Like, they won. They won. And there's likely more winning coming. I get it. Republicans wanted a bloodbath. But instead, they got a victory. So now, this is great. Biden says he won't change anything after a successful night for Dems. Does intend to run in 2024, and it will be fun watching Don v. Ron taunts press. Okay, he's not going to change anything. That's not the message that people wanted to hear. The message that people want to hear is things are going to get better. But things are bad. And for a variety of reasons, people are willing to vote Democrat, and a variety of really weird reasons, like they voted in the dead guy. But
I don't think people want. I think that people used to be engaged in politics because they wanted to get a glimpse of a better world. But that's the washing powder version of politics. I think people are well into bitterness. I think people want to see the bad guys bleed. I think that people want to see the bloodbath that you're talking about comes not from a desire to reimagine the world in a better way, because I think people are losing hope in that. I think people want to see their antagonists suffer.
I agree. I agree.
And the reason for the Republican frustration is that they were expecting a rare moment of catharsis, which is not granted often to people with right-of-centre politics, a moment in which they could reassure themselves that sometimes justice is done, that the universe is capable of delivering true justice where it is warranted. And they were robbed of that. So what was stolen from them was not some kind of washing powder commercial glimpse of a better future. What was stolen from them was revenge. Yeah. Because these people don't feel like they've been out of power, and that's a shame. They feel like they articulate their feelings now in very religious terms, and they talk about their enemies in terms of demons, devils, and Satan, and the way in which they express themselves. I think the sunk emotional cost that they had attached to the midterms as a moment when they could reassure themselves that maybe there was, maybe there was still some glimmer of.
But they won.
Well, not really.
But they won what they needed, the House.
No,
what could they have done better? What could they have gotten?
It was a bog standard or slightly unimpressive midterm in which the usual swing occurred. That is not what Republicans were expecting.
Right. They wanted
not what they were hoping
victory.
for. That's not a victory. When something happens that always happens, that happens whether you campaign or not, that happens whether you do anything or not, that's not a victory. People perceive that as a kind of as a sort of almost like a weather event, It's just part of the natural cycle of things. Yeah. There was no victory because there was nothing above and beyond what the ordinary course of a midterm election.
I understand what you're saying, that they needed something that proved something symbolic and something of meaning.
They just wanted the people who they feel are tearing the fabric of their civilization apart, doing all kinds of things that we'll talk about in the... to suffer.